if you haven't realized by now, this Google Sheets assignment is going to take you through calculating survey results for a pie survey. Okay, so the idea is that you'd have a bunch of pies set out and someone would mark their favorite pie. It's just pretend, I'm sorry, unless you really want to do the pie survey and make pies, that's fine. But this is what it's going to look like. Okay, it is called Pie Survey. I'm going to take you through all sorts of things from creating this pie chart, get it? Anyway, I'm going to show you how to add images, how to do this alternating colors thing, how to make the widths perfectly spaced, how to even put in a certain pixel amount for the row height, how to mess with the fonts and stuff. So, also how to do something that's called absolute cell reference, where it locks in a cell when calculating a number. But I'll take you through this in this assignment, so please follow along. Good luck. First thing you want to do is log into your Google account and get to Google Drive. The best way that I've found so far is to simply open a new tab and you get to this kind of screen right here. And over here on the side, there's the button that allows you to get to all of your apps in Google. So I like to go to Google Drive. Okay, you're going to come over here to New, Google Sheets. Well, first let's go ahead and put the name of this spreadsheet, which is called Pies Survey. Across the top, you're going to find all your tools that you'll need. And this is kind of a quick tools toolbar where all of this stuff can be found up here as well, but it's just most used, and so it's down here. Down here, you're going to have your cells, A1, B1, B2, and down here is where you add new sheets and rename the one sheet that you have. This sheet is called Sheet 1. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's first punch in our information in cell A1. So type Pies Survey and press enter to go down to A2. In this cell, type pies. Press tab to get to cell B2. Type number. Press tab to get to the cell C2. Type percentage. And by pressing enter, it's going to jump back to cell A3. So it's just kind of a quick way to get around rather than use your mouse to click around. For the survey, we asked people what was their favorite pie on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different pies. The first one is Georgia peach, and 42 people like that. Okay, press enter. Next one is strawberry. Press tab. 36 people like that. Press enter. "24 people like that." Press enter. Chocolate cream. Press tab. Goes to cell B6. 24 people. No, I apologize. 65 people like that. Press enter. Pecan. 34 people. Press enter. Pumpkin. 43. Press enter. And key lime, last one. Press tab. 31. Enter. Okay, so right here, go ahead and write the word total. All right, with all of our information plugged in, just make sure it looks good. A few things I can see we need to fix. It's being cut off here. But let's kind of work our way down. Okay, we wanted to style this up a little bit, make it look nice. So since my column's information ends here, we're going to highlight from A1 to C1 and center this title across the top. So select from A1 to C1. So remember, when you select something, you click right inside of it and drag over. Never grab this little autofill button unless we're doing some autofilling. So click A1 to C1 and let's merge those. Over here on the side you have the merge button. Let's just go ahead and merge horizontally. And we want to center that title to go right here. So I'm going to come back over here and click center. So now we know it's perfectly centered in these three columns. No matter what size we give them, it's going to always be centered. With this still selected, let's go ahead and change the font. So I'm going to come up here to Arial and find a nice font that you like. Go ahead and go through your list. If you don't like any of these, you can go to more fonts and find one that you do like. Remember, the blue is marked the ones that you have, and they appear over here. You can get rid of them as you don't want them. Like, oh, I don't want that one now. But kind of go through and find one that will look good for, that kind of has a theme with it. So we're talking about pies, so find something that looks pie-y, whatever that is. I don't know. Well, I'll show you which one I'm going to choose. It's called Cherry Cream Soda. Okay, it looks like this. Still selected, and you've changed the font type. Let's go ahead and change the font size to 24. And you'll notice that it automatically adjusted the row height, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and change the color. Let's give it a, I don't know, a pie looking color, whatever that is. I'm going to go with that one, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, find one that you like and stick with it. Okay, let's work our way down a little bit more. So we're going to, these are all the column headings, pies, numbers, and percentage. And it's nice to make those look a little different so it's friendly to read. So I'm going to highlight these three headings, and I'm going to change the font to be the same font type that you chose. But this time I'm going to only make the font size 14. I'm also going to center this into the column. So I'm going to come over here to the centering button and click center. So now it's centered. With that done, we see a few problems here. It's being cut off. So I'm going to show you a trick on adjusting the column widths. So rather than do it one at a time, like I could go one at a time, what you're going to do is select A, B, and C, and you have to click up here along the column headings, so right on the letter. So with those selected, you notice that if I hover over between any of the letters, I get that arrow. It doesn't matter which one you hover over, but if you simply click and drag over, it will automatically resize all of them the same width. So give it a nice width, maybe something like that. Let's style this area up a little bit now. So what I want to do is select from A2 all the way to C10. So all of this content in here, we want to style it up. And we're going to use Sheet's new feature, which is under Fill Color. You're going to go to Alternating Colors, and it's going to alternate the colors between each row. Makes it really easy to read. And you get this alternating colors formatting style. So here are some already pre-made ones. You can customize your own, but kind of go through, find one that you like. I think I'm going to go with this one, and once you're done, press done. Okay, feel free to pause and play the video as needed. Okay, you'll notice that it did make this heading a little bit different color, and you have each row a different color. It makes it really easy to read, especially when you have a lot of information. Your eyes can catch where the numbers match the pies. Anyway, okay, a couple things in here. I like how the pies are all to the left, but I don't like how the numbers of the pies are way over here to the right. So what I'm going to do is highlight from cell B3 through C10, all of this area, and I'm going to center these so the numbers appear right here, and when I do the percentages here in a sec, they appear right in the center. So come over here to the centering button. Okay, let's go ahead and put in our formulas for this now. The first one right here, we want to add all of these up. Okay, a quick way that you can do that is if you come over here to this little formulas button, sorry, the functions button, you can search for all the functions that they have. But these are the most commonly used. Sum, and that's the one we're going to use. We're going to add all these up. So click sum, and you get this symbol here. Okay, by simply clicking and dragging all the things that you want to sum, it's going to put it in here. So I'm going to click and drag from here to here, and it said I'm going to sum B3 through, that's the through symbol, B9. Okay, and when I press enter, it locks it in and it sums all of that. That's one cool feature of a spreadsheet, of Google Sheets. So if I ever wanted to change any of these numbers, this would automatically update. Let me show you. Don't do this, but let me just show you. If I typed 50, watch how 275 changes to 283 now. Okay, I'm going to undo that. So this is always updating depending on what numbers we have. Okay, let's go ahead and do the percentages over here. So let's go to cell C3, and let's do our formula for this. I keep saying formula, I guess it's technically a function. Let's go ahead and put this in. Equals, every time you put in a function you start with equals, and we want to take the number of pies and divide it by how many pies were surveyed. Okay, so we're going to take this cell B3, and you can just simply click on it. You could type it in B3, or you can just simply click on it, B3. Divided by, so on your keyboard, find the divided by, this cell, B10. Okay, there it is. It even tells us the answer before we even press enter, but go ahead and press enter to lock that in. And by the way, if you mess something up, you can simply press escape and it will get out of it. So press enter. Okay, there's our percentage. It is a long decimal. We'll adjust that here in a second. So now we're going to be putting the same formula in every single one of these rows. Okay, in other videos that I showed, you can simply click and drag this down. I'm going to show you what will happen if I click and drag this down. So I'm going to click and drag it down, and you see a problem. Okay, it did not work. So what went wrong? Well, let's look at that. Let's look and see. I'm going to click here, and you'll notice it's saying B3 divided by B10. That was correct, but when I click here, it's saying B4 divided by B11, so it's saying B4 divided by this empty space. Okay, so there has to be a way to lock it in, saying don't adjust all of the rows, but don't adjust this one. Keep B10 locked in, and there is a way. So if you come over here to your formula, and by the way, if you double click, it's the same as just coming over here. So if I click on here, I could actually just adjust it right here, and it would do the same thing. So I'm going to lock in B10. Okay, B will always be B. It will always be column B, but I really want to lock in the number 10 because that was the only thing that was adjusting. It was going down one row. So if you put the dollar sign, so if you hold down Shift and press 4, and you get this dollar symbol, that is going to say never adjust that row. Okay, go ahead and press enter. Now let's go back to this and try it one more time. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to try dragging this autofill button down again to here, and that time it worked. Okay, and if you look at it, the only thing that it's adjusting is the one row, not B10. It's staying put. Okay, that's exactly what we want. So that dollar sign is very useful when creating functions. Okay, next thing right here, we want to total all of this up. And what do you think we would use? Exactly, the sum. So I'm going to press equals, and this time I'm just going to type it out, sum, and I'm going to press enter because I can see that's the right formula. So the sum, and click and drag down, press enter, and it says 1. That doesn't make any sense. Well, it does because it's 100%. Let's change all this to a percent. This would be much more appealing to the eye. So I'm going to highlight all of this content, and I'm going to change this to a percentage. And so up here, you'll see the format as percent. So I'm going to click percent, and you'll notice it automatically adjusted. We don't need 2 decimal places. Okay, we'll round this up. It'll look better. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to decrease the decimal place, not increase, but decrease the decimal place. 2 times. Okay, that looks much better. Okay, and just like this one, if I was to put in a different number over here, it would automatically update everything. So let me show you, for example. Let's say that actually about 50 people liked banana cream. All of the numbers update. I'm going to undo that. But you can see the advantage of a spreadsheet. This is all connected. Okay, next step. What we're going to want to do now is separate the total from the rest of the pies up here. So what you're going to do is highlight A10 through C10. And if you come over here, there's a borders button. Okay, we're going to add a border to that totals, but we're not going to do it all borders. We're going to select one that would look a little bit better. And for this, we're going to put a top border. So go ahead and click it. And you'll notice I added a nice solid black line across there. So it's separating all of the pies from the total, so it looks a little nicer. Alright, so now we're going to add in a little chart. So the area that you want to select is from A2 right here. Make sure you click somewhere in the middle of it and drag to B9. So this area right here is what we want to select. Okay. Now that you have that selected, we're going to insert a chart. So you go insert, chart. And this is not the chart type that we want. We want a pie chart, right? So if you look over here to data, there's a thing that says chart type, and right now it's on column. It does give us some suggestions, but I want you to scroll down and look at the ones that are out there. All sorts of different types of charts. Here's some kind of fun ones down here, but the one that we want right now is under pie, and it is this one, 3D pie chart. Okay, just like this. So let's adjust it a little bit. So now you'll notice all the colors, we want to match them kind of with the color of the pie. I know that's silly, but I want you to learn this. So you're going to click on each slice of pie, and you're going to come over here. It says series, and we're applying it to the Georgia peach, and we want to change that color to kind of a peachy color. So find something peachy looking. I hate how it does this, but when you select away from it, it really shows you the color that it's going to be. So rhubarb, it's already in red, that's good. Banana cream, that's pretty good actually. Maybe a little more yellow. Chocolate cream. Kind of go around and find one that looks good. It's making me hungry. Pecan, I'm not even sure what pecans look like. I think they're like that. Pumpkin, oh, definitely orange. Key lime, it's kind of a green, who knows. Alright, now that those are adjusted, let's adjust where it says number versus pies. It does automatically put this in. We want to change that, so we're going to come over here to chart and axes titles. And right now the title of it is numbers versus pies. Let's just change it to let's just say favorite pies. And it's just supposed to be for someone to look at it and see, okay, which are the top favorites. And right now you can see chocolate is. And then second place, what would be Georgia peach, looks like. So, okay, we also want to center this favorite pies. So go right here where it says title format and center it. I want you to change the font size to be a little bit bigger. And I want you to change the color to something else. I'm going to try to match my color over here. So I think it's that one. Favorite pies. Okay, very good. Alright, I just want to show you this right here. I'm going to close this box right here. I want to show you, when you click on this, you'll see edit chart. That's what this screen is over here. Or you can, I think you double click and it opens it. But there are some other options in here, like deleting the chart. Saving it as an image, it will save it as a .png. You can publish it to the web, you can copy it, you can move it to another sheet, which are all nice. So, alright, move this thing down over here. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Grab the corner, pull it in. I'm trying to line it up so that it's about even with the end of the table right there. And I'm going to pull it down so it's about a space down. You see there's a space there. So it should be like that. One more thing with this. Let's insert an image. So go to insert image and search the web for one of the pies. About pumpkin, my favorite. Search your favorite pie. How about that? Oh my goodness. Love pumpkin pie with whipped cream. This one doesn't have whipped cream. Dang it. That's alright. So to adjust the image size, you simply grab the corner and you're going to drag it, move it, make it kind of small. Okay, and we're just going to put it, like right over here, just kind of shrink it in. Okay, just wanted to show you how to add it in an image. Okay. Alright, the way you turn this in, you simply come over here to File, and just like we did the other one, download as PDF. Change this from landscape to portrait. Leave this to fit to width. It looks like it fits on there just fine. One more thing I like to take off. If you go to formatting, turn off the grid lines. So grid lines on, looks like that. Off, looks much better. And that is good. So I'm going to press export. When you export something, it brings it down here to, this is actually goes to your downloads folder. Some people like to drag it to their desktop so they can find it. But actually, if we just go here to digital literacy, go to the Pi survey assignment. If you click submit assignment, you can actually just drag it from here and drop it right there. Choose file. That's ready to go. You press submit. So good job. Please put the headphones back nicely and find a typing game till the end of the period. Thank you.